For this video, we will go back to the single server queuing system MM1 model, but with a variation. This variation is called the finite calling population, FCP variation. Now, here are the assumptions. First, inter-arrival time is exponential again with parameter lambda. Service time is exponential with parameter mu. The number of servers is 1. And because we are dealing with the finite calling population variation, then the input source or the number of customers in your calling population is finite, and the total number of customers that are in your customer pool is the big letter N. Finally, the parameter lambda, which pertains to the arrival rate, is an individual customer's arrival rate. Now, I'd like to dwell more on the last assumption. The arrival rate lambda is an individual customer's arrival rate. What does this mean? Let me give you an example. Let's say let's say your arrival rate is 2 per hour, and this is your finite calling population variation. Okay, so let's say your arrival rate is 2 per hour. Your service rate is, let's say, 4 per hour. And let's say, for simplicity's sake, uh, S equals 1 and the big letter N, or the number of customers that are in your calling population, is, let's say, 3. Now, because this is a finite calling population variation, then this lambda is assumed to be the individual arrival rate. Okay, the individual customer's arrival rate. So what is the implication of this individual arrival rate? We will see the implication in the rate diagram. So our rate diagram will have the nodes 0, 1, 2, and 3. I hope it is obvious why your rate diagram will not have a state of 4. The fact that your calling population's size is only 3 means that it is impossible to have a state of 4. Now, let us determine the rate at which from 0 it becomes 1. So from a state of 0, what is the rate at which the system will move to a state of 1? That means, currently, because your state is 0, then there are three unserved customers. Or in this case, maybe the word unserved is wrong, but uh, maybe it's 3 customers outside the queuing system. The queuing system. Okay? And because there are 3 customers outside the queuing system, then technically speaking, when there are no customers inside the system, then any of the 3 can actually enter the system. And because the individual arrival rate of a customer is 2 per hour, then the overall arrival rate when there are no customers inside is 3. This is the number of potential customers that can come in times the number of the arrival rate. If you are able to follow, then if you have 1 customer inside the system, then out of the 3, there are still 2 customers outside, and each one of them can enter. Finally, for the arrival rate from between 2 to 3, this is 1 times 2. Okay? Just to complete the rate diagram, your service rate is 4. Okay? In general, in general, your rate diagram will look like this. You have your 0, 1, 2, until you have your n minus 1, and finally n. And then your arrival rates are as follows. So if there are 0 customers inside the system, then there are still big N, customers outside, and the individual arrival rate is lambda. If there is 1 customer already, then the number of customers that can potentially enter is N minus 1 times lambda. For state of 2, this is an N minus 2 lambda. And your arrival rate is slowly going down until, well, for this case, you have an N minus quantity N minus 2 lambda. Or in this case, this is just 2 lambda. No? And for this case, we just have 1 lambda. Because from n minus 1 to n, that means only 1 customer is able to enter the system. Therefore, the arrival rate is 1 times lambda. And then finally, your service rates are the same, no? Mu. Now, because the derivation is very long, I'd like you to just look at the notes. So please see notes. Now, once you are able to see the notes, then you will be able to see how we were able to get these values. So this is p sub 0. And once we get p sub 0, we can get p sub n. And finally, once we get our p sub n, we can get LQ and L. And because of the Little's formula, we can get WQ and W. Please do note that WQ is equal to LQ over lambda bar. And in this case, lambda bar is the expected value of lambda sub n. Now, the lambda bar is not as simple as the lambda bar where we have a system limit of k. Why? Because if you look at our rate diagram here, our arrival rates are not constant. In fact, it changes. No? Lambda sub 0 is big N times lambda. Lambda sub 1 is big N minus 1 times lambda, so on and so forth. And therefore, in this case, lambda bar is equal to lambda big N minus L. For the derivation, you can just look at the notes. Now, for the finite calling population variation of the MMS, unfortunately, there is no simple formula that we can give you to be able to get the different values. What I suggest is to do the same manual computation, just the same manual computation that we did in the MMS model with the system limit k.